there's a lot on my legislative agenda, but amending the Constitution to put in term limits is not something, not something that I'm pursuing. For doing an amendment to the Constitution is a very difficult thing to do. In my year in Congress, I voted on only one idea about amending the Constitution, which I didn't think had a chance of going anywhere, frankly, and should have a larger debate, which it would have had, but I just am so upset about sort of all the money in politics and how we've turned our Congress into full-time fundraisers, many of us. So I just would like to see the money out. And maybe if we have to amend the Constitution to do that in some significant way, I'm willing to put that on the table and debate it. But term limits, I'm sorry, it's not the highest pursuit that I would say to go to make our political system better. I'll tell you a couple other things that could make our political system better, though. One is just how we draw our congressional lines. You want term limits? Make more competitive congressional districts. Right now, politicians have an incentive to try to make the most protected, safe districts possible. So they draw these wildly amoeba-shaped congressional lines to protect them, and that makes their districts bright blue or bright red. In other words, really, really Republican, really, really Democrat. And so you don't really have competition within them, and so they become safe, and you see 90+% of Congress being returned time and time again. I actually think we should draw districts that are in a much more rational way, make them more competitive, and guess what? I think we'd actually have better policy in Congress because we wouldn't have people on the extremes being elected as much, but we'd have pragmatic people that are often more moderate on their views that could probably get things done in a lot better way. In fact, I think one of the problems with the Republican Party right now is not sort of mainstream New Jersey Republicans who I've been working with for many years back in my days as mayor, but it's that fact that we have these wings out there that are undermining even the Republicans who are always afraid of a primary, so you see themselves going way to their right before in order to try to hold on to those low turnout primary votes, which are often represented by the extreme. So look, I understand the thinking about term limits, but the pathway to get there on the federal level is very, very, very difficult.